Shabbat Shalom. The sequence of Parshiot, Truma, Titzaveh, Ki Tisa, Vayakel, and Pikudei is so strange unless you're an architect. It outlines the construction of the tabernacle, the portable house of worship the Israelites built and carried with them through the desert, in exhaustive and exhausting detail. The narrative takes almost the whole of the last third of the book of Exodus. Throughout the story, the Israelites remained in a state of dependency. Their default response was always to complain. For them to grow to adulthood and responsibility, there has to be a transition from passive recipient of God's blessing to active creators. God took them out of Egypt. God gave them food. God freed them from slavery. The people had to become God's partner in the work of creation. The building of the tabernacle was the first great project the Israelites undertook together. It involved the generosity and skill. It gave them the chance to give back to God. It conferred on them the dignity of labor and creative endeavor. It brought to closure their birth as a nation, and it symbolized the challenge of the future. The society they were summoned to create in the land of Israel would be one in which everyone would play their own part. Truma refers to a gift offering to God, but the root of Truma means to elevate, to lift up. Living a spiritual life means the many ordinary aspects of our life and elevating them to a higher purpose. A mishkan is just another tent unless we choose to worship God there. A synagogue is just another building unless we come to find God there. A school is just a school unless we make room for God. We are living just another day in our lives unless we elevate our days with acts that raise up our fellow human beings and raise up our consciousness to find meaning in all sacred actions. Truma also means gifts, a contribution, an offering. The Parsha is telling us something very important. Every person is commanded to give, whose heart so moves them to give. It's time for us to be givers. We can't just sit back and receive. It's time for us to take charge. And Frank said it best. No one has ever become poor by giving. Be a giver. Shabbat Shalom.